Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Justin Paul McLean, age 34, of Corpus Christi, was speeding along at 80 miles per hour on Interstate 30 near the 137-mile marker with no license plate on the front of his auto. The Texas Department of Public Safety trooper that observed his speed and no license plate stopped McLean and upon contact noted the smell of burnt marijuana in the 2015 Toyota. A probable cause search revealed a clear baggie of marijuana, 2 vials of THC oil, and THC wax. The oil and wax had a combined weight of 8.4 grams. McLean is in Hopkins County Jail charged with possession of marijuana under 2 ounces and possession of a controlled substance penalty group 2, more than 4 grams but less than 400 grams. He's being held on bonds totaling $20,500. The $500 for the misdemeanor on the marijuana, the $20,000 for the felony charges. A Hopkins County deputy stopped a 2012 Chevrolet Cruze when he observed an obscured license plate on the vehicle that was traveling in the left lane of Interstate 30, not for the purpose of passing another. The stop resulted in 2 Arkansas individuals being charged with possession of marijuana more than 5 pounds but less than 50 pounds. As the officer approached the vehicle, he noted the strong odor of marijuana emitting from the vehicle. The driver of the vehicle had a green leafy substance believed to be marijuana on his shirt. The driver and the passenger were unable to sit still or make eye contact. During a search of the vehicle, the deputy discovered a brown cardboard box in the trunk, and in the box, 7 clear plastic wrapped packages of green leafy substance believed to be marijuana. Both the driver and the passenger denied any knowledge of the illegal narcotics. Tevin Smedley, age 24, and Olivia Nicole Tracy, age 24, both of Arkansas, are in Hopkins County Jail being held on $10,000 bond each. The second edition of the Northeast Texas Beef Improvement Organization's November anniversary stocker and feeder calf sale was held Wednesday, and producers sold 5,639 head of preconditioned cattle. An additional November sale had been held due to the increased consignment demand. The first sale, held November 15th, sold nearly 8,000 head of cattle. Producers sold a total of 13,392 head of cattle at the 2 anniversary sales held at the Sulphur Springs Livestock Commission. A total of 225 producer members of Net Bio sold cattle at the sale. Bidding was active, 31 buyers paying an average of $878.91 per head for the cattle. Some of the cattle were also sold over the internet. The Net Bio organization and preconditioned stocker and cattle feeder calf sale, which began in November of 1998, gives producers a market to offer their preconditioned calves and yearlings in load lot quantities. Net Bio holds 7 preconditioned calf sales per year, which is the marketing arm of the member of the organization. The next regularly scheduled Net Bio sale is January 17th, 2018. Deadline for weaning calves, December 3rd. Of this year, booster shots December 18th of this year. Thursday afternoon, Deborah Baucom told KSST Channel 18 News about a very special event Saturday. Pictures with Santa. Bring your pets.
It's from 10 to 5 with a 1-hour lunch break. We're going to have Santa. So you can come in and have your pet's pictures made with Santa. If you don't have a pet, you're welcome to come in and have your own picture made. It's a $10 donation, which will go to Hearts of Life Animal Rescue to help take care of our 4-legged creatures here that have been dumped or abandoned in the county. And so that's going on Saturday at Pet Sense. So.
And if you don't have a pet, can you rent one?
Yes, you can rent one, or if you call ahead, we'll be glad to bring one for you, and you can just take it on home. We do have 2 kittens at Pet Sense right now, so that'd be easy enough. Just adopt your 2 kittens, have your picture made, and go home with your Christmas kittens.
Well, how's the shelter doing? We haven't talked in a while.
We are doing very well. We've been really busy. We've done a whole lot of construction. We've got a privacy or a perimeter fence around our property. We have new exercise pens and runs. One of our Boy Scouts in the county did an Eagle Scout project, and he built some pens for us. Our newest shelter that we were building, that's what we were doing the last time we visited. Through donations, we were able to completely wire it, bought new fans so that they were all cool during the summer. We rewired our old shelter because it was old wiring, and we redid that and bought new fans for that. So we've done quite well. Our vet bills this year have been much higher than usual. This little guy accounted for a rather large vet bill. He was mauled by a dog near the rescue where this little guy had been dumped, and he spent 2 weeks at the vet with a chest tube and lots of wounds that had to be stitched up, but he's obviously doing fine now, and he is needing a home.
Yeah.
Would very much like to have a home for Christmas.
It looks part Basset, and
that's all we can figure. Part Basset and who knows what else. but his he needs a fenced-in yard because he likes to run, and when he starts running, he doesn't listen to you very well. So a fenced-in backyard, but he is housebroke, so he. If somebody wants a house dog and they have a backyard that they can just open the door and put him out, perfect dog. Just happy dog. So.
Yeah, and a lot of those at the center.
Lots of dogs. We continue to average about 50 dogs.
Wow.
And so we're, we adopt, and as soon as we adopt, we fill up their spot with some other unwanted dogs. So,
right.
But yeah. So.
And if anyone wants to donate to the Hearts for Life?
If anybody would like to donate, or if they would like to call and schedule a time to come look at our animals, they can call 439-5019. And they will have to leave a message because our volunteer that mans that particular number, she works all day, so she answers her calls at night. So any inquiries or volunteers, we always need volunteers, so that number will take care of everything. So.
Also, while Mrs. Baucom was at KSST, she was presented with a check for $1,000 by the Sulphur Springs Corvette Club. The money was to be used for veterinary expenses for the animals.
What is your favorite kind of Christmas cookie? I bet you'll find it at the Casa Cookie Walk, Friday morning, December 1st at First United Methodist Church in their Family Life Center. It starts at 9, and don't be late. To find out more about this Casa fundraiser, here's Gina Law.
You just show up and you will see everyone in town, and you will receive a little crate, and you get to walk around and select all the cookies that you want for $5 a pound. Wow. And there are all types of cookies. We have sugar cookies, decorated cookies, oatmeal cookies, chocolate chip cookies, you name it, we have the cookies. There are thousands.
Thousands of cookies?
Yes.
Well, I have to say that I've never actually gotten there in the early part, because it's going to start early, when all the cookies were there, because I'm always here.
Right.
But I would go and there'd be, some left. So don't wait too late to go to the cookie walk.
That's right. For the past few years, we have actually been sold out by 10. Oh. And at 7:30 and 8 o'clock in the morning, as we're putting out the last of the cookies, you can't imagine. You think you'll never be able to sell all these cookies. And right when the door opens, and sometimes a little earlier, we do have some people that love to show up about 8:30, and cookies are just flying out of the church.
My goodness. So, are there shapes like candy canes and Christmas trees?
Oh, yes. There's candy canes, there's Santas, there's bells, there's there's all the decorative cookies that you think of with your childhood. And so it's so wonderful seeing all of us adults go back to our childhood looking at these wonderful treats. And so, Yeah, we have had quite a few people get into a candy cane, I want that last candy cane altercation, but always in a sweet way because everyone knows why they're there. We always laugh and say, oh, it's not all about the cookies, even though it is about the cookies. But each cookie to me represents a child. Okay. So everybody loves coming to buy cookies because they know what it's for.
Well, if you've seen the flyer, and it's beautiful, and of course it's got cookies there all kind of gift wrapped by the Christmas tree, but the Casa Cookie Walk is Friday, December 1st, 9 a.m. to noon. Don't wait till noon to come, at the Family Life Center of First United Methodist Church, which is downtown, across from the post office, 301 Church. And it is, again, as Gina said, $5 per pound for all those delicious cookies that you would choose. Select some of these and more of these and less of that, but your selection. So, and I think we all know the letters CASA, but a lot of people don't know what it means.
Anola, CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates for Children. And what we do with the help of our wonderful community volunteers is advocate for children who've been removed from their homes by CPS due to abuse or neglect. And so the judge appoints us to represent these kiddos because those kids deserve to have a voice in court. And we have been charged with finding what is in the best interest of that child.
If you think about any time you've ever been in court to represent yourself or on behalf of someone, even if you get pulled over on the side of the road and you haven't done anything wrong, but you just get that shaky feeling when the officer comes to the window, well, you can take that feeling, and a little bitty youngster or any age of youngster having to repeatedly appear in court, they need somebody they can identify with in that courtroom.
Anola, that's correct. They need a constant. And that CASA volunteer is that constant voice for that child. We want that child to know we are always there for them. We are a phone call away. We are a car trip away. And that's what's so wonderful about our volunteers, because they have one case, one child, where you have CPS that's sometimes so overburdened and overrun with cases that CASA volunteer has that child. And so we advocate on behalf of that child's medical, their educational, their psychological, and their placement, because every child deserves a forever home, Anola. Every child needs to know that they are going to go home to the same place every night. And many of our children didn't know where their next meal was going to come from, where if they were going to have lights, water, if anyone was going to take them to school. And that is what our CASA volunteers make sure that child knows that they are safe, they are in a safe environment, and that CASA volunteer is going to fight for what is best for that child.
Well, court-appointed special advocate, so when the child is involved in a case involving CPS or other, who appoints this special advocate?
The judge. The judge appoints us. And how CASA originated was many, many years ago in the 80s. A judge in Seattle, Washington realized that children were continuously staying in the care of the state. And the state is not a parent. The state is someone that is trying to find what's going to be permanent for this child also. And so the judge said, we can't have this. We have everyone that's concerned with the parents, and we need someone to represent that child, because children should not have to grow up in the foster care system. They should have parents. They should be able to either go back with their parents, which we all want. And when we get a case, that's our goal, is to try to reunify these children with their families. But sometimes that's just not the case. And so we want to be able to see these children adopted. And that's when it's really happy.
What if there were not a CASA organization like we have in Hopkins County, a strong and healthy CASA organization? What if there were not one for a judge to appoint someone?
You know, fortunately, Texas CASA and National CASA has really, really gone out and advocated for all our counties in our state to have a CASA. And every county in Texas almost has a CASA now. It's taken many years, but the state has realized what a benefit it's been for these children so they don't grow up in foster care. And with the help of our volunteers, we have seen our children thrive, not only in their school environments, but in their home environments. They've been able to show up for school, which is a wonderful thing, because many of our parents have had issues with drugs, alcohol, a lot of methamphetamine abuse, and undiagnosed mental health issues. And all those things create a very unstable environment for a child to grow up in.
Well, I think it takes a special person to be a court-appointed special advocate. Maybe someone listening thinks it might be a niche for them. Should they come down and talk to you?
Oh, please, yes, give us a call. We'll come to you. We will train our volunteers. They will receive 30 hours of training, and we do that both online and in our office. And then we give each of our volunteers 12 hours of in-service in the year. Our volunteers are never alone. I have 3 wonderful, Charla, Peggy, and Sherry, staff members that are hand in hand with our volunteers. So these volunteers are never alone on their journey.
You have an office downtown.
Yes, at 218 Conley. And we are right across from the drive-in of City National Bank. Our phone number is 903-885-1173. And we would love to be able to say we have a new voice for a child that's coming into care.
And you need volunteers.
Oh, yes. This year we have served 136 children. 80 of those children are Hopkins County children, because we also serve Franklin and Rains counties. But as you see, Hopkins is our largest number of children we have in care, and we desperately need.
Well, too bad that we don't expect numbers of children involved in legal court cases to decline.
That would be wonderful. I always tell everyone that I would love to get the call one day that said I didn't need to show up for work the next day, because all children were being taken care of. And
that would be
a
world.
Dream. That would be my Christmas miracle, you know, and for the world, because you see these children struggling, and it does perpetuate itself, and then you've got them going into the education system, and teachers are being asked to teach children that have been born positive for meth, you know. The long-term ramifications of what we're putting our children through, you know, I don't even want to.
I know you've seen many, many scenarios in the children that you have served in. You've been with CASA for a long time.
16 years.
Okay.
16 years.
I'm a charter member of CASA, but
Yes.
I only ever had one case. And in taking that, I had all my 5 children at home. And it dawned on me that it wasn't a good time of my life to try to devote to another child when I had my own household. So some of these days I'm coming back, Gina, if I can.
Enola, you would be such a strong, strong voice for our children, and we would be honored, and a child would be honored to have you be their voice.
Well, I know that Eddie Joe Edge was strongly in
Yes.
organizing CASA, and we were
Yes.
sworn in there at the courthouse. And it is over 20 years ago that took place.
Yes, yes. Lake Country CASA has now been here for 27 years. And in nonprofit life, that's a really long time for a program to stay as strong and be as positive and be just in the public eye for that long. It's a really long time.
The money that you will make off this cookie walk, which all the cookies will be sold out and you don't have to worry about that part, how is it used?
We use that's called an unrestricted fund, and we're funded by grants also, but as in a grant, you can only do certain things with it. So this money is unrestricted.
Okay.
So say we have a child that needs some extensive dental work. We're able to use our unrestricted funds to help pay for that, or if a child wants to go to camp, or special things for that child. Also, it helps offset the cost of travel for our volunteers. Some of our volunteers are on fixed income, and I never feel that someone should not be able to volunteer because they can't afford to. And so we help reimburse our volunteers, because not all our children are placed here. Many of them are placed 3 to 4 hours away.
I see.
Some only 2, but we want to help those volunteers help the children.
Court-appointed special advocate needs your help, and you also probably need some of these Christmas cookies. So tomorrow morning.
Yes. Listen, if anyone else would like to bake cookies, I will be at the church at 7:30 in the morning, and we will be over there today setting up most of the day and into the night.
Okay.
And so, and you can stop by because any cookies that are broken, we get to eat those. That's free game.
So you could just volunteer to volunteer?
Yes.
Gina.
And you can help us have the broken cookie.
We have just got about a minute left to talk, but I ran into you recently downtown and met your dad, whom I already knew but did not know him as Gina's dad.
Yes.
And you said you grew up on Connolly Street.
Yes, he was a barber there with my uncle and my grandfather my entire over 50 some odd years. And so I pretty much grew up on Conley Street, and my friends and I, when we would need money when we were in high school, we could just pull down Conley Street, honk a horn, and he would run out and give us $5. Okay. So yeah, that was some wonderful, wonderful memories.
Another lovely thing I found out about Dawn Deaton. And so your office is on Conley Street, and that makes it all just fine for you. And thank you for sharing
really
with us this morning.
Because I felt like when I went back there that, I was back home.
Thank you for coming in on behalf of CASA.
Hey, Nola, thank you so much. And everyone come get some cookies.
Okay, tomorrow morning, First United Methodist Church, Family Life Center.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.
Maybe.
Wow, thank you. marriage, but as you can tell, he's
Working.
perfectly okay. He just needs a home. He's housebroke. His only thing is he needs to be in the yard because he'll just take off. But he doesn't dig, housebroke. He does settle down. It's away from
Truck goes down